I have a friend who's in the aviation industry and he's also a pilot, and so not very long ago I called him and I said, man, I just need to blow off some steam one afternoon this week. Can I come out and just hang out and see some of your airplanes? I'm really interested in aviation and all that stuff, and it would just be great. He's like, yeah, come on out. And he said, as a matter of fact, I have this one plane that I need to run up. And I thought, awesome, man, we get to run a plane up. I mean, I'm gonna get to fly this afternoon. How often do you get to do that? And so when I got there, he blew my mind because he brought me in actually this same plane that I'm sitting in right now. It's a $3 million plane. I don't know that much about planes, but it's awesome. And so I was thinking, man, this is just going to be this great experience, and it was. And so I sat down and I'm in the co-pilot seat and he's in the pilot seat and he's explaining everything to me, and I'm hearing the engines turn on. Just so cool. And we began to take off there on the pavement, and we're just kind of doing a little circle, and he's telling me how to drive it. And so I'm doing this little circle around, and I'm like, this is the greatest thing in the world, man. And this afternoon I get to run this thing up, because that's what my buddy says, we were gonna run it up. And so we come and he turns around like this, and I'm like, it's on, man, like we're gonna hit the tarmac now and we're just gonna like jet out. And he steered it right back into the hangar, and I'm thinking, what? I thought we were gonna run this thing up. And I looked at him and I said something, and he said, oh yeah. I said, I'm not licensed to fly this. I can co-pilot it, but this is too much of a plane for me. I was like, what are you talking about? Evidently, running it up doesn't mean running it up, because I thought running it up, we're gonna get this thing off the ground. I'm gonna get my life off the ground. And sometimes when it comes to wisdom, I wanna run it up, but I don't get it off the ground. I just run it up. You know what my friend was saying? He said he's not disciplined enough to pilot this plane. Now, it's no bad thing on him at all, but he's not disciplined enough. To fly something like this, you have to have the discipline and the study, and you have to have certifications. And it takes discipline to get your life off the ground, not just to fire up the engines, but to get your life off the ground takes some serious discipline. And today we're looking at what kind of discipline God would speak to us through His wisdom out of Proverbs that we can put in our life, so that we don't just run our life up, but we actually are able to get things off the ground.